Hey guys, what's up? Dane here from Moving to Canada. I'm here today to bring you the results from the 156th Express Entry draw. Just took place a couple minutes ago as of the time that I'm filming this. It is the morning of Wednesday, July 22nd. I came up to this little park to film for you guys today, and we've got a little bit of Nova Scotian wildlife here. So I thought, if you don't care about seeing the wildlife and you just want the draw results, please feel free to skip ahead. But there's a deer right on the edge of this park here. There's a lot of deer in Nova Scotia, East Coast province, lots of woods. So we see deer all the time, but I thought you guys might like to see this deer. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by a truck. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Let's jump into the Express Entry draw results for today. So it was the 156th Express Entry draw. Some bad news for FSW candidates. We saw IRCC return to program-specific draws today. So today's draw was limited to candidates with provincial nominations. So only candidates who had received nomination through a PNP, a provincial nominee program, were eligible to receive an invitation in today's draw. As such, it was a smaller number of ITAs that were issued in today's draw, only 557 ITAs issued in today's draw, and as is typical for PNP restricted draws, we saw the CRS score cutoff a bit higher than usual, up at 687 points. So one of the questions we've already seen come flooding into us on social media and through our Moving to Canada email accounts is why have we moved away from these FSW draws? You know, we had a little bit of a tease back on July 8th. An all-program draw was conducted. We had FSW candidates considered in that draw. So why have we gone back to these program-specific draws? The truth is that we don't have a definitive answer to that question. Based on today's draw, we can, however, make a few assumptions about how IRCC is responding to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, both in Canada and around the world. So in today's draw, we had it restricted to PNP candidates, which is exactly what we saw for the first 4 months of the pandemic here in Canada. And the reason that IRCC had been doing that was because PNP candidates and CEC candidates, the other group that was receiving these program-specific ITA draws, most of those candidates are already in Canada. So it makes it much, it takes a bit of the pressure off of IRCC if they are managing invitations from people who are already in Canada while they're also balancing these travel restrictions that prevent most people from coming to Canada. They don't have to worry about, how are these people going to get into the country and all of those sorts of things. So because we're seeing another PNP-specific draw today, it shows that IRCC has not quite returned to normal. And that makes sense because honestly, Canada hasn't quite returned to normal. We've seen a lot of progress in Canada's fight against COVID-19. Infection levels are way, way, way down, but we're definitely not back to normal. And this suggests IRCC is going to be taking more of a flexible approach to Express Entry. They're going to be responsive. It's not like we're going to have a hard and fast return to all program draws and we're just going to keep those going continuously once they come back into play. It seems like we're going to be oscillating a little bit between the all-program draws and then the CEC and PNP-specific draws. On that note, there is some reasons to be optimistic if you are a CEC candidate. As would have been the pattern, for March, April, May, June, there's a decent chance that there will be a CEC-specific draw that will take place tomorrow, Thursday, July 23rd. That would be exactly what we saw for all of those program-specific draws for the first 4 months of the pandemic. So keep your eye out if you are a CEC candidate. I know we had a lot of people wondering, will the CRS score cutoff drop into the 420s for CEC candidates? It's definitely possible, can't guarantee it, but keep your eye on our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified once we post new videos, because if there is a CEC draw, we will post a video within a couple of hours of that happening. You can also check out the Express Entry draw page on our website. There's a link for that in the description of this video, so you can just click that link, and that will be updated within minutes if there is a draw that takes place tomorrow. So that's probably the fastest way that you can find out about new draw results. As always, if you guys have questions, if you got comments, if you want to, try to name the deer, drop it into the comments here. We'll vote to see whose name for the deer wins. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will, of course, be back when we have more express entry draw news or more Canadian immigration news in general. Thanks so much for tuning in.